Yo, 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 what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Pin Drop with the Pin Drop Show. I got my guest, Mike. Mike, what's going on?
What's going on, brother?
Ain't nothing much, ain't nothing much. I'm glad you was able to join, you know what I'm saying, this live, like right off the bat. I called you up and asked you, was you interested? And you jumped on immediately. So I definitely appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
So, Mike, what got you into traveling?
Man, what got me into traveling is just like basically just seeing it, to be honest, is seeing everybody else living their best life. And it's like, okay, makes me want to say, okay, what the world talking about? What's going on out here?
Hmm.
So that's pretty much, and I always wanted to travel, but finances didn't equal up to what I wanted at the point. But now, things are matching up so I can travel.
Got you, got you, got you. So let me ask you, how many countries have you traveled to so far?
Well, one, two,
You could
maybe
do
about approximately seven.
about seven. Okay.
Yeah,
Out those seven countries, can you name those seven?
I've been to Mexico.
Yeah.
I've been to Dubai. I've been to no, that's Qatar. I think that's the same country. UAE.
Yeah.
No, the UAE because Dubai is a city. UAE, Mexico. Uh, I don't know if the islands are considered. Each island is considered a country, but I've been to several different islands.
Like what?
Canada.
The Saint
I've been to
Martin.
yeah, I've been not Saint Martin. I've been to yeah, Saint Martin,
Yeah, those
Antigua.
countries.
Yeah.
So you've been
Uh.
well versed pretty much. You've been in the Caribbean. You've been
Yeah,
out.
Caribbean. Right, all over the Caribbean. Um. Amsterdam.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty
Europe.
pretty
You got
versed.
Europe. Okay. 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 Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let me rewind back to the beginning. So I run a series, Rewriting Homes, and it talks about the expat life. All right. One of the
Mm-hmm.
things that came to mind when you dropped in my head to reach out to you is the fact that don't you have a home in Dubai?
Yes, I do.
All right, so tell us about that.
Well, I mean,
And how
it
did you even
really
get
happened.
into that?
It happened. By happen chance. It was I had left my job full time,
Okay.
and as a celebration, and then my birthday was coming up. And my wife asked me, "What do you want to do for your birthday? Where do you want to go?" And I said, I thought about it. And to be honest, it's this simple. As crazy as it may sound, Young Dolph is my favorite rapper, right?
Hmm.
So
No
he was
doubt.
always yeah. His line he got a line. He say, "I got a condo in Dubai," and I
Hmm.
kept hearing all of these rappers talking about Dubai, Dubai, Dubai. I said, you know what? I think I want to see what this Dubai thing is about. So
Right.
I was like, let's go to Dubai.
Yeah.
So
What year was
ahead,
this?
this was 2019.
2019. All right.
Yeah, this was 2019.
Okay.
I'm cutting the air on this truck. 2019, and so December 2019 is when we first went out there. So we went out there, just visiting in Dubai, and
Uh-huh.
then once we visit in Dubai, get out there.
Do me a favor, Mike. The mic just a little bit away from your mouth because it's all right.
Say it again.
Yeah, you sound better now because it's giving a big blast when you was talking. All right, you good?
Yeah, so we're at the mall in Dubai.
Uh huh.
So that better?
Yeah, I'm with you. We with you. We
Okay,
listening.
cool. All right, cool. So we're at the mall in Dubai. We're actually in the mall in Dubai. We're walking around,
Hmm.
and in the mall, there's people who try to sell you condos and stuff. So we're just walking by, and I didn't really know what was going on. So this lady called me and my wife over. She's like, and you can see there's like a 3D model of the project or whatever that they have that they're doing, and she's like, hey, we got this project going on. Are you interested in coming to see it? I'm like, and I say to my wife, I'm like, babe, these folks think we're rich.
Right.
So I'm like, nah. I was like, no good. I'm not worried about that. No, no, thank you. My wife was like, babe, just go for the experience. Because the
Hmm.
lady said we're gonna pick you up. We'll take you to the property, and we're only out there for a couple of days. So long story short, we agreed to it. Lady comes and picks us up.
Hmm.
We go to the first property. We go to the property. Seeing it, it was kind of small. The development that they were doing, it was pretty dope. But we were like, nah, no, thank you. and then we continued to walk. We ended up going. We ended up going to see it, and we didn't like it. But in the same day, we walked through the mall. We seen another project. Another guy pulled up to us like, hey, you want to come see it? I'm like, at this point, we're like, hell, why not? So
Right.
we set up an appointment with him too. So once we go see the first one, and we didn't like it. We were like, so the guy, he kept calling my phone, and I wasn't feeling well. My wife didn't really feel like going either, but she was like, babe, just go ahead and go. I'll stay back. You just go with him. So I'm like, cool. So he
Right.
comes to get me, takes me to the property. I see it. I'm like, wow, this is really nice.
Right.
And then he explained to me how how it goes about purchasing, and I was interested even more. I'm like, oh, okay. So then we went to go get my wife and brought her back, and she was impressed as well.
Okay.
So it just
So
so
with the
happened at the same
with
time.
with the purchasing, you said he told you how to purchase. Can you elaborate a little more on that
Yeah.
part?
So basically, how it goes. At that time, because every development has a different strategy for getting customers. So
Mm,
this one it gives you 5 years to pay it off. You have
okay.
to put so they have a price. Whatever you have to put down, they take and they just subtract that amount from the total price, and they break it down and they give you 5 years to pay it off. So
Okay.
after the I think the fourth payment, they give you full access to the property
Okay.
after it's completed. So it was brand new from the ground up. They hadn't even built the building yet.
Okay.
And once it was complete, they give you the keys, and you still have the time frame to get it paid off.
Okay. Okay.
So that's what it was. We dropped a little down payment on it and paid it off, and it was because it were hefty sums. We just paid it off, and it only took us. I paid it off April of 2024.
I know that
Yeah,
had to
we
be a
got it.
very big accomplishment for you.
Yeah, appreciate you, brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Hard work. Hard work.
So let me ask you this. Can you give us an example? I know you said you had to put a hefty down payment. It don't have to be exactly what you put down. So can you throw examples out there
Yeah,
for
I
those
can I
that
can
may
tell
not
you what
know?
I think it was about 30 or 40,000 that I dropped on it. And at the time, the particular now it's a 3 bedroom. I don't mind giving details, man, because I'm not a gatekeeper. I want all of our people to be able to have this chance to see that it's possible. If you put yourself in position. So
Right.
it was about 30 to 40 down. The condo at the time was 266 US, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 12-foot ceilings. Size is sizable. It's really nice. 2 balconies. You
Mm,
couldn't really pass it up. So 266 down payment minus. Then I had the remainder of the 5 years to pay it off, but
okay.
I paid it off in like four, in
Wow.
the entire amount.
Wow.
And the
Wow. That's
and the
what's up.
beautiful thing about it, because Dubai and the UAE is a Muslim country, they don't
Mhm.
believe in taxes.
I was gonna get there. Good.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't believe in
Yeah.
taxes, so there's no property tax. The queen is not there.
Right. Right.
So all you pay is association fees, which is probably
Right.
about $1,000 every quarter.
So for those that don't know, Dubai, everything you earn is pretty much yours. There's no taxes at all. Am I correct?
Right. Correct. They have some sales taxes, but it's very minimal. It's very minimal. They don't have any tax on income, and they don't have any property tax. But they tax like when you purchase goods. It's minimal though.
Okay. So what made you just like really, really just say, man, I'm just going to risk it all and just I'm gonna invest my money. We got a lot of scammers out here. So what made you feel that it was a legit move to make?
First of all, I looked at the whole thing. I already know that Dubai don't play that. They don't allow. They take care and protect people, including tourists.
Mm,
So they're not in the business of setting things up and making their name look bad, and for you to get set up and scammed. And then once I went to the properties, and I went to two different properties, you could tell that it's real. I knew it wasn't a scam, but
right.
I wasn't all of the ins and outs. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I didn't. I hadn't. Mind you, I didn't go to Dubai thinking about purchasing a property. I never did
Right.
research on purchasing a property in Dubai. Never was on my radar at all. We went there it was a 7-day trip, one day flying and 2 days flying back. So we was there a total of 5 days. Didn't
Mhm.
even think about property in Dubai. Just
Right.
did it on a whim. Like, hey, this is an opportunity. Let's go, babe. What you think about this? My
Yeah,
wife was
yeah,
like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Let's do it. Simple as that. Didn't know the ins and outs. didn't know how what the whole process was. I didn't know it. I didn't know. I just took a leap of faith, and I think it was kind of the overall picture that made me trust the entire process. I don't
Mhm.
know. I don't know. I'm crazy. And when I told people that I did it, like one of my buddies, he was like, "Man, you got balls."
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Didn't know nothing about the culture. It was mind you, first time to Dubai. Didn't do any research, no YouTube, no Google search, no cultural search, nothing.
And it took
Went to
confidence
Dubai, bought a property.
if you said you took a hefty amount of money, because I know people don't want to spend $100, let alone $30,000, and for you to take that hefty amount and use it as a down payment, you had to have some type of confidence in saying, "Hey," like in faith. So
Yeah,
that in itself, yeah,
yeah, man. Man, and you know what? I think life is better lived when you take chances,
right.
and it's calculated chances. I think the biggest problem with our people is that we're so afraid to do anything that we do nothing,
Hmm.
and
Just
especially when it
talking
comes to this traveling. Huh? Say again.
and just talking, no action.
Yeah, yeah, and we're the whole world, and I'm speaking for black folks as black people. You realize once you start traveling, in America we are underappreciated. And
Hmm.
once you step outside of these four walls of America, these borders, you realize that we are the gold. Black American people are the gold. And it draws you to continue to travel to different countries when you realize how much people appreciate you and look for your presence.
Mm,
Whether it's monetary or otherwise, they love our energy. When I'm in Dubai, I feel like a celebrity. People tell me they always think I'm a celebrity, and but it's just like they love our energy. We're different, and then that's what the draw that keeps pulling me out of the country
right,
and
right.
pulled me
So
to Dubai.
So I know we talked about the pros so far as you was able to put the down payment down, you was able to secure the keys after the fourth payment. So tell me what some of the cons, some of the challenges you face while being out there, if any.
Hmm. Let me think hard. Challenges.
Because they say, everything ain't always the glitz and the glam about any place. So what
Well,
are some of the cons, if any, that you can recall or challenges during that whole
only
process?
only the whole process is challenging myself to make sure I had that payment every 3 months to pay it off. I had to. I mean,
Yeah.
literally. Now this all works because I've owned my personal home when we purchased it. Like we bought it and put our own money into it. So mind you, and we had the free income to continue to be able to keep paying it off. So we were paying like every 3 months. I had to come up with $15,000 till it was paid off.
Mm,
Every 3 months, cash.
that's not
Boom.
small change.
Yeah, that wasn't no easy feat. So that was the hardest thing. Now, as far as culturally adjusting to Dubai, if that's
Yeah.
to your question,
Yeah.
man, there is none. Like
Okay.
the only thing, the uncertainty of really knowing, because I didn't really know what the process entailed totally because I just jumped in.
Right.
But I'm not a scary person, so that's the only
Yeah.
thing I can say. But besides that, culturally, going over to Dubai, man,
So
if
you've never felt out of place while being there at all?
oh, I feel special going out there. As a
Mm,
black man going to Dubai, I feel chosen. I feel they love me out there. I don't, I tell everybody the interesting thing about Dubai is I don't feel black.
mm. Have you
And that may
experienced?
resonate with some people. Say again.
So let me ask you. You from America, right? You from the
Hmm.
West? Considered the West. Have you? Because I hear you saying black people. Have you experienced any racism back home?
I mean, of course, this is America. America is racism.
Hmm.
I mean, America is racism. Currently staying in Atlanta, where it's like Atlanta is a bubble where you kind of you're allowed to exist in your blackness without feeling any kind of way. I ain't living in Nebraska or something like that. And when I'm living in Nebraska, you're gonna experience more racism in certain areas. But yeah, so I definitely experienced racism, and all the time, and you see it on TV, and you see it when you walk places as a black man. You feel that the need to adjust yourself in certain spaces so people don't feel threatened and stuff like that. even though I'm in law enforcement. So, you know, and when I go to Dubai, no one's checking for me like that. They don't care. They're interested because I'm a Black American man. It's like, oh hey, oh you're from America?
Right,
You're like,
right.
what, me? Like, yeah. So I don't feel black. I feel human
Mm,
when I go to Dubai. Now, mind you, nowhere is perfect. You
right.
know, their relationship with Africans is different than African Americans.
So you see a
So,
lot of Africans out there.
oh yeah, Africans, Caribbean folks, it's a lot of us out there
So it's like
living.
a melting pot in Dubai.
Yeah, the melting pot is it's a lot of Asians, a lot of people from Indonesia, India, but it's a lot of Africans. It's a lot of people from the Caribbean. It's a lot of Americans out there, England. I've met the whole African diaspora out there, and also different Asian countries.
Mhm.
It's a lot of brown people out there. You see some Europeans out there as well.
Right.
But in those spaces, when I will say this, in those spaces when they're mostly European, I
Hmm.
once it's mostly European, that's when you start to feel the hint of separatism. Because it's one club that I went to, I won't call the name, but when I went there, it was like they were discriminating against letting black men in,
Gotcha.
but they had to without that's the only time. But
Gotcha.
I love it.
So let me rewind. I asked you originally about how many countries you've been to, and I know when I travel and I go to these different countries, I always have people that try to sell, the timeshares and everything. What was it about Dubai compared to the other countries you went to that made you choose Dubai instead of the Mexicos, the Caribbeans? Because I'm pretty sure they hit you with the, hey, let me show you this. Hey, you can move here as well. Because they even have programs out here. If you turn around and you decide to invest, they'll give you another passport. You know what I mean?
Well, the only place I went to was those two places because I didn't really know. I wasn't like because I was just in the mall, so it
Mhm.
wasn't like. And then on top of that, it wasn't a timeshare. So I'm never interested in a timeshare for me because long term, investment, and I'm not owning it. I'm not with that. So this was actual property purchase. This isn't a timeshare. It's not. It's uh my wife and I's condo. This is
Got
our property. So that's the difference for me because I'm an investor here in the States as well. So um timeshare, I'm not with that. I'm not with that. And this wasn't a timeshare. They didn't give me a bottle of wine for the trip or none of that stuff. They just came and picked me up in their personal car and drove me to the site and talked to me about it.
it. It
So
was
it didn't feel timeshare.
got you. Because Mexico is top 5 when it comes to expats living there. So
Yeah.
that was the reason I asked you why you
Oh yeah.
do Dubai versus the Mexico. And I know you've been to Mexico as well.
Yeah, I've been to Mexico. When I went to Mexico, they did try to get us to get a timeshare there, and I'm not with it. And for me, like I said, I'm an investor, so I always look at something, the overall picture, and I look at uh the future potential.
Hmm.
And when I was in Dubai, I hadn't been there, but I knew about Dubai. So it's like for me, it's a win-win because I knew I was gonna get my money back. I knew I was gonna get equity. It's always still about equity. I don't want to just get a place and it's a place where to get a place somewhere there's no growth happening does not make sense to me. So just for instance, I bought the condo in 2019, and to this date, it's already up over 100,000.
Right. That's
So I
great.
can sell it right now at $100,000 profit if I wanted to.
Right. That's what's up.
And
That's what's up.
since 2019, so that's part of my decision making as well. It's not like, oh, I'm here and I like it. I was able to process all these things because when you go to Dubai, you look at the infrastructure, and the infrastructure is so damn amazing, and
It is.
it's one of the number one places in the world to live. I'm like,
Right.
it's a win-win.
Right.
So I didn't have to think too hard because sometimes
Well,
you think wrong, you think wrong. So
right. And that was one of the things that attracted me to Dubai. Was the spinning, twisted buildings and
yes,
the beautiful ambiances in the restaurants,
yeah,
the friendly people, even the nightlife. The nightlife was pretty good. You know what I mean?
mhm.
It is safe to say a lot of people have this stigma about Muslim countries, but you can wear what you want to wear in Dubai. You know what I mean? I mean, of course, you want to respect the culture, but at the same time, you don't have to worry about walking down. A woman doesn't have to worry about walking down the street and get snatched up or raped or anything in Dubai because it's that safe of a city.
Right.
Would you agree with that?
I definitely agree to that, and I can attest to that. So let me spend the time since you brought that up to dispel one of the biggest rumors about Dubai.
Shut them
Because when
down.
you hear people say, they say, well, women don't go to Dubai, she can't wear what she wants. Lies. There are women there who are wearing mini skirts and wearing what they want to wear, but the thing about it is it's a safe place.
Mhm.
So you don't want to be disrespectful. Like, you don't want to go out like a city girl, have your breast out. They will say something to you, but it's not like you're gonna, it's gonna be anything crazy. But you see women doing what they want. They also have liquor in Dubai.
Absolutely.
They have
Absolutely.
liquor stores in Dubai. It's just
Absolutely.
not. They don't just. It's just not outward like, hey, it's liquor here. No, they have clubs in Dubai. They have a nightlife in Dubai.
They
All
have
of these rumors.
brunch spots. Y'all love brunch spot. You don't have to always go to
Brunch.
Houston and Dallas. You can go to Dubai and experience the same kind of plus some.
Yeah, and the thing about the brunch in Dubai, it's like you pay one price. So, for instance, you pay $100, hundred some dollars. You're getting unlimited food and
Mhm.
unlimited drinks while you're there. They're gonna keep bringing you drinks, whatever you want.
Right.
They're gonna keep bringing. If you like Hennessy straight, they're gonna keep bringing you Hennessy. If you like, I mean, in the food, they'll bring out they'll bring out fruit, and then it'll be food like all night. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a good deal as well.
Okay.
So Dubai
So
is
are,
not
are
what
you
y'all think.
are you living there? I know you're in America right now, but how often do you go back and stay in your home?
Man, I go there at least 2 to 3 times a year. So for instance, I always go for my birthday. Anybody who wants to come out with us, November 26th to December 7th, we're gonna be out there for Seasons Weekend. It's the party. My birthday is their celebration. So I went out there and I went from November 26th and I stayed there to January 6th. Turned back around and just went there again in July for 2 weeks, and I have my ticket already. I'm going
Mhm.
September 28th. I'm flying back out there. There's for the Knicks. The Knicks play the 76ers out there. I got invited to Abu Dhabi, so I'll
Okay.
be out there for a week then. And I'm also returning again for my birthday, flying back out November 26th. So that'll be at least 3 or 4 times a year, and
Are
staying
you gonna
for.
are you gonna eventually live out there full time? Is that the goal? What's the goal? Are you just using it as a
Well, initially that was the goal, but me and my wife, we kind of, reconfigured some things. But long term goal, yes, I had a plan of 2026, but my wife was like, well, she's not ready yet.
okay?
So, but like I said, the place is paid for. It's just figuring out, the income part. What will I do when I'm out there and things to get money and all that kind of stuff. You got to figure those things out.
Right.
But eventually, I do want to move out to Dubai. It's no reason to be here. It's Yeah, then my goal is I want to see other parts that side of the world, and it's easier to get to a lot of those places. Being in Dubai since it's right over there,
Okay.
because it's
What, what's
like,
the what is the job market out there for a foreigner? Is there any special requirements for you to get a job out there? Is it any churches? If those that are Christianity, I know the
yeah,
dominant.
they have some churches out there, but it's underground. But they have churches. They allow Christianity out there. The job market, from what is pretty robust. It just depends on what you do. I know as they teachers, if you get a teacher job, they'll give you places to stay while you working. And to come out there, there's a lot of opportunities if you come out there looking for a job. They'll give you housing. It's all kind of opportunity. And technology sector is crazy.
Mhm.
Um, it's a ton of opportunity. I don't know because I haven't personally entered the job market. I don't know all the ups and downs and ins and outs of secure employment, but you can go on Indeed and job seekers and all that stuff and type in Dubai and find employment.
Right. Right.
Another place, and construction is crazy out there too, because everywhere you look, I've never seen so many cranes in one place in my entire
Right.
life until I went to Dubai. They have
Right.
cranes everywhere. So for construction, it's a lot of opportunities. And from what I've been told by a few of my African brothers that I meet out there, they said it's not about your skin color in Dubai. They
Hmm.
don't care about that.
Hmm.
What reigns is the passport. The
Mm.
American passport puts you up here.
Okay.
So, for instance, if you and someone else goes for a job,
Mm-hmm.
You go apply for it. They look at the passport and they see that you're American. They'll make you the manager. They'll give you a higher position than somebody else. I've been told that by several African brothers.
Okay.
So it's about
So
the
it's safe to
passport.
say
So
you
if you
get some kind of benefit from having that American passport. So
yeah, oh wait.
yeah, whole wait. Okay, 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 okay. You know anything about the school systems? Like if somebody wants to come there with a family, have you heard anything about the school system?
Well, the school systems are pretty good because they you have to pay.
Mhm.
So there's no free school in Dubai, but they have good schools. I mean,
What about the
everything in
healthcare
Dubai is good.
system?
Healthcare, you have to pay for your own healthcare if you go over there, but it's affordable and it's top tier. From what I've been told, I haven't experienced it myself, but from what I've been told, like you can get a healthcare plan for maybe like estimate about 3,500 for a year,
Mhm.
and but that's top tier
Co-payment, you know, if
everything.
it's co-payments like here, or is once you pay the 3,500, you pretty much in there. You can
Yeah,
go
you
as
pretty much in there. From what I've been told, I don't know for sure. Don't
okay.
quote me on that, but that's what I've been told.
Got you.
Yep, you
Got
pay the 3,500, and it's like top tier.
you. Okay. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Sounds like Dubai is a place that many should start considering as well outside of Europe and Latin America.
Yeah, man,
And
Dubai.
what about the heat? We're gonna go into the heat, and after that, after the heat, we're just gonna wrap it up. I know you at work, and I
Yeah,
appreciate you taking the
that's
time
all.
out.
It's all good as long as you need to go, brother.
Yeah. So about the heat, let's talk about the heat. What is the hottest months there? What is the cooler months, the more tolerable months? Do they
Hot,
shut down the
the
city during hot
The
times?
hottest months are the same hottest months here. Only they're hotter. Like what June? Once you start going into May, June, July, like August, but it starts to cool down like around now in September. So if you go during the winter times, it's
Mhm.
gonna be very. I mean, during the summer times, it's gonna be very hot. Heat index might be 130, might be
Ooh,
130. That's what it's gonna feel like 100, but it's a different kind of. It's dry heat.
right,
It's
right.
dry. It's dry heat, so it's not the same kind of like if you go to Miami, you're gonna be humid. It's gonna be burning hot, and you ain't gonna really be able to do anything with that.
I
But
ain't gonna
when
hold
you
you,
go
bro.
in
Hot
the
is hot to me, man. Whether you
yeah, but
know what I'm
yeah,
saying.
when you go to during the winter time, it's kind of regular.
Mhm. When you
It's
say
kind of
regular, you
regular.
talking about like
Like
can it drop down to the 70s, 80s,
yeah,
or not
yeah,
too
it
much?
gets cool at night because it's the desert.
Yeah. Okay.
It gets cool at night because it's the desert.
Right.
Yeah,
Man.
so
All right. So wrapping it up real quick. Like I said, I'm not gonna hold you up too long, and I appreciate you jumping in last minute. So what is the benefits of travel? Why is it so important for us to travel as the people?
man, the reason why it's important is because you have to. It's important. It's it's important for us to see our value in the world.
Hmm.
You don't really staying put in America. I don't believe gives us the true meaning of our value as people. I'm speaking to black folks,
Okay.
especially black men. You don't really get to see how the world values us. And once you start traveling, you know, you start to see that.
Hmm.
Even they got this whole thing, passport bros or whatever. It's not really about like going somewhere and having all these women and this, that, and the third. And it's about the feeling of feeling like, damn, I'm appreciated somewhere outside of this place. I'm
Hmm.
appreciated even more. So if you don't travel, you don't experience that and you don't expand, your realm of consciousness when it comes to, who you are and, the world. It's a whole world out here.
Right.
Why are we sitting in place? You
Right.
know?
Right. Right.
So
So, so any last words for the people outside of the advice and the importance of traveling? What else would you tell them?
run your bag up and invest. Don't be afraid. Stop letting these jobs scare you. Stop letting your family scare you. Stop letting people tell you why not. Because when they say why not, why you can't do it, they're really talking about the.
Mike, if you could hear me, you went out.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, It
Yeah,
went out.
go.
Yeah, so no,
Yeah,
I say
so
don't
you got to start. You got to start it back up because when you started getting into it,
stuff. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So my advice would be, you know, don't listen to who you listening to.
mhm,
You know, because when somebody telling you that they can't, you can't, they're talking about themselves. So
right.
my advice is to continue to expand um the space that you want to be in, and don't be afraid, man. Get out there. The world is divided. Anybody thinking about the
Sorry,
walls
y'all.
of
We're
this
experiencing technical
America
difficulties.
and realize your worth?
We appreciate you, Mike, man. We appreciate you. You went in and out again as you was moving. You know what I mean? But they
Let
get
me
it.
let me see. Do I need to start it again? Need me to start it over?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. All right. Just go
Yeah,
with it.
then
He's back, y'all.
ask me the question again. Ask me the question.
All right. So the question is, what advice would you give people outside of what you said already, as far as the reason why they should travel? What's your last advice? What would you tell somebody who's new to the game, new to traveling, or hasn't traveling, or wants to travel but afraid to travel, or don't know how to travel?
Man, just travel. Just jump out there and do it, man. The whole world is out there. You don't realize your value. And once you travel, you begin to see that. So
Mhm.
don't rob yourself of that feeling of freedom. Just
Facts.
do it.
Well, y'all heard it
Yeah.
first. It's your boy Mike. Appreciate you,
Yes,
Mike,
sir.
for having you, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
All right.
appreciate you for having me on.
All right. Holler at
All
you
right,
later.
bro. Yes, sir.